Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, we're not going to spend $500 to buy a Switch 2 again already, right? You've upset the townspeople. Now get out of town. So the Nintendo Cartridge Society gets out of town with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers, and I am joined, as I am always joined, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. We've got a good show for you today. We're going to be talking about the news from the week, and then on Thursday, Splatoon month continues apace with a game of Who's That Splatoon Band? So look forward to that. But Mark, in the meantime, how's it going?
It's going great. Ooh, I am looking forward to Who's That Splatoon Band?
Yeah, I would say that there is a lot about the music, like the bands in Splatoon, that I don't really know.
Yeah, oh, totally.
I know, we talked about them last week. I know Omega 3.
Uh-huh.
That's a Salmonid band.
Uh-huh.
And I know that they make discordant sounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna, I don't know that much about the Splatoon bands, obviously.
But we go into this with an
open
open
heart.
heart.
We're doing this exercise.
Uh-huh.
But do we feel confident saying Omega 3 maybe the worst one?
I think there's another Salmonid band is the
Oh,
thing, so
okay.
there might be worse.
Battle
I don't know.
for the bottom.
I don't know. Here's the thing. I'm going to try to go in mind and ears and heart open.
Oh, sure. Yes. Yeah.
Ready to be moved.
Yeah. No, when we record that episode, I will be a new person. I will open my heart to all types of
Yes.
Salmonid music for sure.
But we'll figure it out.
Do you think there could be a worse genre than a Salmonid band performing improv jazz?
I don't know. Improv jazz implies that they've got like a certain amount of like structure and tonality to what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if it's like experimental, then it wouldn't even have to be jazz. Just like experiments, experiment.
Experiment.
Yeah, I think experiment would maybe be the worst.
That sounds like a threat in a Salmonid movie.
Yes. Experiment him. A Salmonid movie? Do we have to assume that these creatures have so much culture? They have also film?
Presumably they have water parks.
Yeah.
Or had at some point.
And that's when you're like mapping out the progression of a society, of a culture. You know that they have film first and then water park second.
Water park follows.
Although for fish people, I don't know. Maybe it gets flipped around a little bit.
Oh, sure. Do you think... Does a water park really bring joy to a Salmonid? I wonder.
Now, the Salmonids aren't... and this is not our discussion of anything related to Splatoon. This is not an official part of Splatoon month.
No.
Although I guess the episode is a part of Splatoon. But this is not part of that programming, right? This is not branded Splatoon month content.
No,
right
it's
here.
just something we're talking about.
We're just chatting here. How did the Salmonids feel about water? They come out of the water, right?
Presumably they live in the water.
Which is different from the Inklings, who die if they touch the water.
Yeah.
So I think, I guess I'm just saying like a water park to them would be like normal and good.
Right, but would it be fun? I guess maybe
yeah,
going fast
why
could
not?
be fun.
We recently tried to rank all of the attractions at a water park, and I think we came down the side of we don't think that any of them are fun. Right?
I think
like a wave pool is tough. I like a lazy river, but you were very anti-lazy river.
Yeah, I don't know. Gotta
sure
get a Salmonid on the show.
I'm sure there we go. We'll try to book one for Thursday's episode. If you would like to hear us talk about movies and stuff, you can head on over to patreon.com/Nintendo Cartridge Society, where if you're supporting us at the 8 or 16-bit levels, you get access to our once-a-month episodes of miniseries like NCS at the Movies.
Yeah, where Patrick, myself, and usually a special guest are going to the movies together and then talking about that movie. We released an episode about Spider-Man Brand New Day, about The Odyssey. We have an entire other season of episodes as well, plus
Tron Ares.
Yeah. The movie we hated the most, I think.
I think that's probably right.
Running Man is up there.
Running Man was also pretty bad, yeah.
But we have other miniseries as well. 3 seasons of NCS Arcade, where we played games that we had never beaten before. NCS Detective Club, NCS Goes Broadway, And there is content available at every level at the Patreon, including for free. Some of that is available for free, so go over and check it out.
Yeah, and decide what you are comfortable paying and weigh that against what you would like to hear from us. I don't need to tell you how to make purchasing decisions and money decisions in your own life. You can figure that out. Something that you can do totally for free, and something I can advise financially, is joining our Discord. Email us, Nintendo Cartridge Society at gmail.com. I send you an invitation. You come into the Discord, you chat with us. We all have a fun time talking about Nintendo and talking about the show and stuff like that. Mark, I still think that we are now currently less than a month away from a new Nintendo Direct.
TikTok. I think it's happening.
TikTok, Mr. Wick. I think, and have I registered this on the show before this prediction?
I'm not sure.
I think that we will see a Nintendo Direct the week, not the week of, but the week after Labor Day. So September 15th is kind of where I'm, 14th, 15th. That's sort of where I'm pegging that right now.
So, I mean, last year was on the 12th, right? So right around that time totally makes sense.
Right. The 12th right now is like the Saturday.
Yeah.
So that's not going to happen. But I think it'll be after that. And look, we got a Legend of Zelda remake to learn all about. And then hey, Mark, what's happening in Nintendo Land next year?
We have zero idea.
We have no idea. And we're finally getting close enough next year where we can start to get anxious about that. Right?
Right.
We don't even know what's going on in 2027 for
What
Nintendo.
if they just stopped?
Hey, it's possible. Anyway, we'll be talking about a Nintendo Direct when it's announced, as it's happening in that Discord. If you would like to be a part of that, you just got to get in there. So email us and get in. Last thing before we jump into the show proper, Mark, my book, The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Anatomy of a Mutant, came out now 2 full weeks ago. I just got my comp copies. I have now seen the book and held it in my own hand, and it's very exciting that it's out there. It is about 250 pages of all original art by Matteo Santaloco, who's a absolutely killer Ninja Turtles artist, and it is an anatomy book, sort of treated like a zoology of all these various mutants from across the Ninja Turtles series. I wrote all of it, and I'm very proud of this book. It's a lot of fun, so you can check that out wherever you buy books.
So cool.
And if you have a little comic book store that you like to go and order it from them. They'll place an order for you. Help those guys out. All right, Mark, let's get into what we've been playing this week.
I'll go first.
Okay.
Because it'll be short.
Right, this is you're taking a confessional stance.
No,
here.
it's true. It's true. Yeah, I didn't have any time to play games this past week, so
no time to play games.
I have nothing to report.
No update.
No update.
Now, Mark, your beloved Piantas came to Nintendo Switch Online Plus
I
expansion
know.
pack. Super Mario Sunshine is now available to play.
I know. I woke up on Thursday and I could tell the world had changed.
Yeah.
People were messaging
For
me.
the
Better. People were messaging me. My phone was blowing up saying, Mark, I apologize so much. The Piantas are great. I don't know why I didn't see it before, but it finally took Super Mario Sunshine releasing on Nintendo Classics for me to realize it.
I did drive by your house and I saw that there were a lot of bouquets of flowers that had been left.
Yeah, absolutely.
On the porch. Yeah.
Yep. A plane skywrote it.
Skywriting. Mark, you were right about Super Mario Sunshine, specifically the Piantas. Yeah. So it's but you have not taken the opportunity to, and you did sort of play it when 3D All Stars came out, right?
I totally played it when 3D All Stars came out. Yes. I mean, but that was at this point 6 years ago.
But
no, I didn't.
Boy, that is true.
I didn't turn it on. Well, especially because, I mean, look, I like Super Mario Sunshine. I like the Piantas, but the beginning of Super Mario Sunshine is egregiously bad, where you're just like watching
takes forever
this awful cutscene.
Yep.
Yes, it takes forever until you can like really play. They do like a fake thing where after 10 minutes of cutscene you can run around on the runway for a little bit, and then it's just not the runway, like whatever, like the dock.
where you've landed, and there's like one like muck pile with like a piranha plant inside. Are they piranha plants, or are they just like assuming the form of a piranha plant?
Ooh, that's a
goo.
good question.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
we
don't
don't
know
know.
for sure.
But yes, and then it makes you do a bunch more cutscene,
Yeah.
including where Mario, of course, is tried in the criminal court of
And
the Piantas.
there's no way to skip it. That's like the absolute worst part is that you have to tell somebody you should play Super Mario Sunshine. You're going to want to kill yourself
Yeah.
through the first
Early on.
hour of it.
Yeah.
But it gets better.
So, we talked a little bit about it last week, and I was like, I would like to put in a little time and play some Super Mario Sunshine. And so I got out my trusty GameCube controller for the Nintendo Switch 2, and I started to update the GameCube app, so I would get Super Mario Sunshine, and then I was like, what am I doing? I have a widescreen version of this game on the Super Mario 3D All Stars collection, and yes, it's strange to wait for it to be available on another service so I can play it on the version of the game that I already own. But this is what I did, and I think I've got to go back to the actual GameCube version on NSO.
Oh, interesting.
Because the controls I don't think are mapped quite right on the GameCube controller.
For the 3D All Stars version.
The 3D All Stars version. And like sort of beyond that, the text on screen, the on-screen prompts are changed to reflect the Joy-Con / Pro controller.
Sure.
And a lot of the like voice lines that refer to specific buttons, which are just like muted during the part where they say the button's name, are still that way. Like it's still, why wouldn't it be? It doesn't know that I'm using a GameCube controller. And that's just confusing me. So like as it tells me the Pro controller buttons and I've got the GameCube controller in my hands, I just can't like do the math,
that totally makes
really.
sense.
So I don't know what I'm doing. It's fine. I'm having an okay time. I don't really know that I'm going to go back into it. I miss simple things like the long jump and like Mario crouching and like that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. You've already mentioned that like the first hour of the game is like an insufferable mess.
It's pretty excruciating.
And outside of the occasional pleasures, like here's a Pianta wearing a powdered wig.
Oh, I mean,
and isn't that funny, right? We like that. So beyond like that, just like tiny little dots of stuff like that. I find the beginning of that game like pretty tough to endure.
Yeah, totally. I think that's completely fair. And then trying to do it with the controller,
I know.
like trying to like map it in your mind what buttons you should be using. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a great time.
Yeah, pretty tricky. But so I guess more on Super Mario Sunshine as it develops. Do you have any plans to play it now?
I don't think so. Just because, well, we'll get to it later, but I now feel compelled to try to complete those Donkey Kong NSO challenges.
We will talk about those, yes, later on. I guess the only other like thing that I really want to talk about, I continue to play Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, Nintendo Switch 2 Edition, and Mina the Hollower for the Mina the Hollower Games Club. If you are a patron of Super NPC Radio, you are listening to us play that there. And I'm having a great time like going back through Mina with a bunch of cheats enabled, so it's not quite as frustrating. But yeah, what a blast. I love that game. The thing that I did want to talk about more is I put in another session with my friends on Big Walk.
Oh, cool. Yeah, tell me about it.
So, we talked a little bit about Big Walk last week, that it is this cooperative game where you and between 2 and 4+ friends are wandering around a big unexplained world together, collecting these sort of like bulbous red idols and putting the idols into little like reliefs that they go into, unlocking keys, using the keys to open doors that then like reveal more of the map. And each of those idols you get by solving like little environmental puzzles. And so the first key you get from putting 4 idols in, and there are only 4 idols in that area that you have access to, right? So it's not linear, it's still very open, and you can explore it kind of in whatever order you want, but that area, that first sort of like impression of the game, is pretty self-contained, right? So in our first play session, we had done that, and we were working on the sort of second area, which asks for 5 of these little bulbous idols. And I think we had done like 2 or 3 of those at first, and then so started up this new play session by finding more of those idols, right? And the way that it like you're exploring this area and you realize there are more than 5 idols in this area, right? So you're like, oh, okay, so we're gonna have to sort of like bank some of these to bring to the next area, or at least like that's what my sort of like linear brain is like starting to put forth here. We fill the 5 empty spaces with idols. We get the key. You have to like grind the keys down with all these various little things. Happens pretty quick. But then you open a new sort of door at the like central gate. And at this point, I'm going to issue a little bit of a spoiler warning. If you're already playing Big Walk, then maybe just skip ahead a little bit. If you are waiting for someone to sell you on Big Walk in a way that you have not been sold on yet, stick around, because I think this like it unlocked new gear of the game for me. Okay, so opening the second key area and getting this like the second door to open reveals at the center of the island a big model of the whole island. So like
Cool.
it's a space that you're going into with all of your and you're like, oh, let's explore this like new area. And it's unclear what it is at first. So much of the game is like outdoor and like wilderness, and then you're in this like very manicured, very just like kind of sterile space. And then you realize that there's like or like the impression is that there's like some sort of intelligence that is like projected like some meaning onto this space and deemed it worthy of like interest, right? And the sort of like mythological implications and the like, well, wait, what actually is this place? What are our guys doing here? Like all of these sort of like latent questions that you kind of paper over with you're having fun running around and like throwing your friends off cliffs suddenly becomes like, what is the meaning of our cooperative gameplay in this space? And you start to see areas that you couldn't see just from the ground, because you're like, oh, we got to like get over there, and like you start recognizing things and you're like, oh yeah, so that's that maze that we went through. And there are all these like laser pointers. There's a map in this room. You've never had a map before, and because it's Big Walk, you have to like open it in you push the buttons to like open it, and then you're like walking around with this map. And so it just like there is just a moment there where it reveals itself to be like something more and possibly even more mysterious than it was already. Really, really cool, and like motivated all of us to like, we stayed up till like midnight playing on Friday night. And just had an absolute blast. Like I think Big Walk is genuinely like an all-timer kind of game, and I would recommend that like people get together with their friends from wherever they are in the country or in the world, and just like put in some time on this game. It rocks.
Yeah, that sounds so awesome.
Really, really enjoying that. And then Mark, we'll talk a little bit more about Donkey Kong Bonanza in the news. But that's what we've been playing this week. So let's get into the new releases and what we might be playing next week.
We, of course, will check in with Nintendo music first.
Oh my gosh, of course we will.
And last Thursday, the anthem that everybody needed to begin their love of Super Mario Sunshine anew.
On
Thursday, the Super Mario Sunshine soundtrack was added to Nintendo Music. And then yesterday, Monday, we got more Mario Kart World free roam tracks. This time, Super Mario 3D Land and Super Mario 3D World. And stop me if you've heard this one before.
I wonder if it'll be the last.
But I think we must be coming to an end, right?
I mean, you would think, but I have thought that now. I think 3 consecutive weeks, and this is now the 4th. What a strange bottomless pit of music the Mario Kart World free roam tracks are. Again, just sort of startling how much content there is in this game mode that they like didn't do the best job of incentivizing people to actually play and explore.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that strange?
Yeah. I mean, we will never know, but I'm really curious what their metrics on Super Mario World tell them. Like play metrics are like is because they haven't made that many changes to free roam, right? And so I
Right.
wonder if they are seeing what they want to see
Okay,
in the way people are like using it.
they have, okay, you are correct that they have not made that many changes, but the changes that they have made are all like in favor of making it a little bit clearer what you have and if not accomplished.
For sure, yeah.
Like, but it's still very much like there's still no compass in the game. There's no way to like drive with a mini map up or anything like that. And there's no like, you've collected this many of this many P switches in this area, right?
Yeah, because you can see how many you have collected,
Period.
but you
yeah.
can't see where the remaining ones are or anything like that.
Right. It will show you ones that you've discovered but not completed.
Mhm.
Like that's a new thing. But yeah, it's just like the game is not, we've talked about this before, but like the free roam mode is not built in a way that like any open world is built, in that like it doesn't incentivize you or encourage you to find everything.
Right.
It's sort of just like find anything, and I hope you're motivated to do that.
Yeah. It's so different from how you think about open world games.
Yes.
And needing to like having a list of things to do and to collect, and kind of like this is apropos of nothing, but I've just got to say, because I see a discussion about it all the time, and I just really disagree with it. I don't think we're getting any DLC for this game.
Oh yeah, sure.
And I feel like that's a big like rumor. Like online, people are like, why have we not seen the DLC for Mario Kart World? It's because I don't think it's happening.
Well, so a couple things on that. One is we are going to be getting more of the knockout tour like routes through the map, right? We got 2 new ones just a couple weeks ago, and there's space for another 6. So we will be getting those, but that's just like kind of new ways,
like
through.
Game updates.
Yeah, exactly, but not new content necessarily. The thing that you have to remember about Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, or Mario Kart 8, right, was that game didn't get its first round of DLC. It started with 32 tracks, right? Like, not a huge game. And it would get DLC like over a year later. And then with the 8 Deluxe version of it comes out that has all the DLC on it. And then that gets DLC also many years later. So like, yes, Mario Kart World has been out for, 15 months, something like that. But in the lifespan of a Mario Kart game in the 21st century, we're just at the beginning, baby.
Right.
Like,
that's a good point.
if there are other phases to this game, Nintendo may not even know that that's one of their priorities yet. So I mean, yeah, it could continue to evolve at some point, but I'm definitely not like, oh, we're owed DLC or anything like that.
That's a good point. It's totally true. In like 4 years or whatever,
Yeah.
maybe that's when they'll decide they can offer more.
But also, I mean, we need Pauline and Donkey Kong outfits. We need more outfits.
No,
They
true.
don't
It's
have
true.
alternate
It's
outfits.
true. Yeah.
It's a crime, and
It's
they
bad.
should rectify it. They
Yeah.
should. Yes.
Okay, new releases. There's not really a whole lot going on.
What is
this
happening
week.
right now?
Maybe because it's like back to school. It's just a bad time to launch like major new games.
They know people are buying notebooks.
Yes, exactly.
And pencil cases.
Mm-hmm. And pencils to go in those pencil cases.
And protractors that you have to put a little pencil in. That's the one that you put the pencil in, right?
Or is that a compass? It's been a while.
It has been a while.
But the important thing,
I think the compass is the sort of semicircle with the.
But don't you? I thought that was a protractor.
Maybe that's a protractor, and the other one's the compass.
Somebody help us out. This is why we need Salmonids.
That is,
on
the
this
Salmonids
show.
would know.
But there are 2 games coming out on Thursday, August 20th. DayZ Cool Edition is released on Switch 2. This is like a online MMO survival game that's been available on other platforms that is now, including, I think, Switch. Maybe not. No, the one that I know was on Switch and is getting a Switch 2 version on Thursday is 1,000 Times Resist.
So tell me about 1,000 Times Resist.
Would that I could.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that much about it. I've never played it before. It's like an adventure game. I think it won a Peabody Award. The clones are involved.
Like corduroy. Did Corduroy win a
the bear?
Yeah.
Or was that a Caldecott or a Newbery?
That might have been a Caldecott.
Or maybe a Newbery.
I feel like it won a Peabody.
Well,
I'm gonna look this up.
No, that could be true. It could have won many things. Okay. Thousand Times Resist, narrative-based exploration game, or like adventure game, where I think clones are involved. I don't know. Here, we'll just go to Wikipedia.
Yes.
The backstory is presented non-linearly through the game via memories and dialogue. Oh, this is too much. This is too involved.
That's too granular.
But the important thing to know is that it got nominated for a bunch of awards and won a Peabody Award in 2025 for award for interactive and immersive work. So that is happening.
Okay. So the creator of Corduroy served on the Peabody Awards jury, but I don't think the book actually won.
Oh, okay.
So I maybe jumped the gun there on Corduroy.
Corduroy's the bear, right? That is in a department store looking for a button.
Yeah, that's right. He's looking for a button for his like green overalls, which I assume are also corduroy.
I sometimes, before the movies, I would confuse Paddington for Corduroy.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Because they're both just like little bears living in a man's world, right?
But after the movies, I don't make that mistake anymore.
When are they going to make corduroy movies, huh?
Who cares? We got Paddington.
This feels reckless to me.
Anyways, that's all the new releases.
All right. Well, let's close that out then. Do the transition stings feel a little bit louder than usual? Like not the main music, and I don't think the outro does, but I think the transition musics are like, I think they're a little bit louder.
Interesting.
I'm gonna look into it.
Yeah, let us know.
Let us know. Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
In 1952, American composer John Cage wrote a piece called 433, wherein a performer or group of performers didn't play their instruments for 4 minutes and 33 seconds. For the purposes of this show, our instruments are talking about Nintendo. So for the duration of one performance of 433, Mark and I'll talk about something not at all Nintendo related, thus fulfilling the contract of the piece. It is funny to take a break from talking about corduroy to do 433. But Mark, the big, Disney fan event happened this last week, I guess, D23. And there's all kinds of newsy stuff coming out of there. So I thought we would just use this opportunity to talk about the things from D23 that we are interested in.
Sounds great.
So I think one of the first things that you asked me about was, did I watch the Vision Quest trailer?
Right, because there was a trailer released for Vision Quest, which is, I guess it does make sense, but they're calling it like the third movie, the third TV show in like a trilogy, being WandaVision,
yes,
Agatha All Along, and now Vision Quest.
So let me just say right off the bat, I wish they would set these things up as what they then claim them to be later, that it was just the whole thing was called WandaVision.
Right.
And WandaVision Season 2 had a subtitle of Agatha All Along, and WandaVision Season 3 had a subtitle of Vision Quest.
And of course we haven't seen Vision Quest yet, but like, they don't... WandaVision and Agatha All Along are tangentially related, but I feel like tonally very different. I didn't finish Agatha All Along.
Oh, finish Agatha All Along.
Okay.
The end of it makes it much more explicit how it is tied into.
Okay. Interesting. So I should know what I'm talking about before I say.
You don't have to. I do. I don't know where you gave up on Agatha All Along, but it has some really strong and like interesting like standalone TV ideas later in the season, and so that's one that I just like would recommend. But yeah, so the trailer, very weird to see James Spader in human form playing Ultron, but I like this idea that they're like, no, human avatars only. I don't know. I'm semi-excited for this.
I thought the trailer looked cool.
Yeah,
me too. Can we talk about Incredibles 3?
We can. I don't know that I have too many. I didn't see Incredibles 2.
Oh, okay. I didn't like Incredibles 2. I thought it was quite bad. So I'm like not super excited for Incredibles 3.
And here's the thing. I don't know, maybe kind of a hot take. I think Incredibles 1 is pretty good. I don't think it's great. I'm like, I would take. I think Brad Bird's work in basically anything else is probably better than Incredibles 1.
This is not Disney, but I am really excited for Raygun.
I'm also
the movie
very excited
he's
for
doing
Raygun,
for
yes.
Netflix. Yeah, I'm hoping they'll do like a small theatrical release at least. Like, 'cause it seems
Yeah.
like it'd be fun to see in theaters.
I think so too. Otherwise, it's going to be a backyard movie. But yeah, what? So what about Incredibles 3?
Oh, mostly just wanted to badmouth Incredibles 2.
Oh, okay. Well, then we've done it. Speaking of things that might be fun to badmouth, but I'm going to subject us to anyway. Ahsoka season 2.
Okay.
Did you watch this trailer?
No, I have decided
You're all the way
Ahsoka
out.
is not in my life. Yeah.
So a lot of Hayden Christensen in the trailer, which like he's in the first season, playing Anakin Skywalker as like in like a vision basically, and so that's back here. Again, the characters just seem very like dour and stoic, and I'm like, come on, let's pick up the pace, let's pick up the energy. And against your will, Mark, I am going to invite you over to my house to do a season 1 watch party at some point next year.
That sounds perfect because I think that's the only way I will ever watch this show.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll love it. Maybe I'll become like an Ahsoka head.
Maybe you'll become an Ahsoka head.
I'll be like, you have to love Super Mario Sunshine, and specifically the Piantas,
Yeah.
and Ahsoka.
You're not an
I'll
easy man
talk
to
about.
love. I'll say that.
I thought it was so weird that for Anne Hathaway came on stage. I didn't watch this live, but I saw a clip later for the Princess Diaries, because I don't think they broadcast this one. I don't think they streamed this.
Yeah,
either.
I don't think they did either. Princess Diaries 3?
Yeah, like Anne Hathaway comes on stage and not saying like, we're making it or it's ready to go, but just being like, we're working real hard on it. So...
Do you remember the Disney Investors Day during COVID, the 2021, where like a bunch of stuff was was announced? They at that time announced a Sister Act 3, which we have yet to see. Yeah. That's the end of our recording of 433.
Okay.
It is a cowardly recording that includes no applause, but we have now completed. We will never know the rest of our impressions of D23.
I respect 433. I have to ask you,
Yes,
did you
please.
see the concept art for Coco 2?
Yes.
Miguel with a fade.
Miguel with a fade, which I think is fine. I think like update the haircut. That's okay.
Yeah, totally. He's a kid.
He's a kid.
Or a teenager.
He's something. The Coco is my favorite Pixar movie.
Yeah.
And so I am already. I've got my hackles up. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
I'm like, don't touch my boy.
Yeah.
Don't touch my movie.
I think they're gonna do right. I
hope so.
I feel good about Coco 2. Based on nothing. Based on absolutely nothing.
Sure. Based on zero. Based on sometimes the sequels are okay.
Yeah, based on a fade haircut. Has there been a Pixar sequel, Toy Story 2, that's better than the first?
Yeah, I would say that's the only one. The thing is, like, a handful of the other sequels are like I think Finding Dory, pretty good.
Oh yeah, Finding Dory's pretty good.
That's maybe like the most successful, well, not exceeding the first, but like Monsters University is like
Totally forgettable.
Totally forgettable. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like Inside Out 2 is another one where I'm like,
I never saw it.
pretty good, but like it's no Finding Dory. Yeah, I will agree that Toy Story 2 is the one where you're like, well, yes, that they knocked it out of the park there. All right, Mark, we were accompanied today by Lifestone's Piano. Life's Stones Piano. What do you think it is?
Yeah, Life's Tones. I think it's Life's Tones.
Okay, and you think it's possessive?
Like the tones of life.
Like the tones of life.
Yeah.
And not life stones, like here are my life stones.
Could be.
All right, let's get into the news. Just sounds a little loud to me is all.
The last big Nintendo Direct in June announced DK Challenges, a set of challenges from classic Donkey Kong games and Donkey Kong Bonanza that allowed players to, if you went to NSO, you're like an NSO subscriber.
Yes.
And
So it is a weird way that you have to access this. You have to go down to the little red NSO thing and then go to, it's like the second option on there, DK Challenges.
Yeah, it's like an app within the NSO app,
right.
basically. And there are these sets of challenges in the classic Donkey Kong games, including Donkey Kong Country and like the arcade games that are available on Nintendo Switch Online and Nintendo Classics.
Right.
And there is another
The
set.
NES versions of the arcade games, but yes.
And then there is another set for Donkey Kong Bonanza, and you could earn digital collectible cards by completing the challenges. For every challenge you completed, you would earn a collectible card, and this runs through September 1st.
Yes. So the classic stuff does a really nice job of, as you are like browsing the challenges, that you push the button and it boots it up, right? It opens the classics library, so you have to have that downloaded. Obviously, you need to be subscribing to NSO. But it boots you right to the point where you are going to undertake the challenge, and then as soon as you complete it, it like kicks you back out to the NSO app.
Oh, that's way more sophisticated than I was expecting, but that's great.
Yes. That is not the case for the challenges within Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Boo.
So in Donkey Kong Bonanza, you just have to accomplish those things inside the game.
So you just launch. So from the DK challenge app,
Yes.
you select one, and it just launches Donkey Kong Bonanza, and then it's up to you to.
I mean, yes, you could conceivably be doing these challenges without opening the DK challenge app in NSO at all, just going right into Donkey Kong Bonanza.
It would still count it as completed,
Maybe?
presumably.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about, or I basically right away did all of the classic challenges, and was like, I don't want to like get out my copy of DKB and like actually do the rest of these. So I set that aside.
Yeah. But then, yeah, I hadn't messed with it at all because I was like, digital collectible cards, not doing it for me.
Right.
But then, Nintendo of America last week announced that players who complete all 39 of the challenges would receive a physical reward in the form of like all 39 cards. So printed
physical cards.
Yes.
An object. 39 objects, and like in the graphic that they use to like, advertise this thing, those cards are in like a little box.
I know.
And that box
Like
will have graphics
sleeve.
and stuff on it too.
I know. And so the covetous part of my heart,
I know,
just like opened up and was like, I care about these challenges now. And then I was looking, and I only have until September 1st to do them, and the Donkey Kong Bonanza ones don't seem that fun to do.
Oh, it's not that they're not fun; it's that they're hard. So, yes, they are quite challenging. So there's a handful of them that are just like overall, like get to this part of the game, accomplish this, see this, and those, if you have already done them through the course of playing the game already, then you just automatically get those cards. But then there are a handful of cards that are like time challenges and developer challenges that must be done while this event is active. So since they announced it in June to September 1st, right? And some of these are like complete this challenge with 20 seconds left on the clock, like that kind of thing. Those are all the speed challenges. And then the developer challenges, there's one that I think is or maybe two of them that are also like against the clock, one of which is a Ramby race that I'm really kind of dreading trying to grind through. But then some of them are like unequip all the skills, and like do the final encore, which is a difficult challenge to begin with. So we're roughly 2 weeks away from this deadline right now, right? And I have now done all the time challenges. I just have the developer challenges left to go. 5 challenges, and they seem like they're going to be difficult, but I am going to try because I want this pack of cards.
There is something cool about it being like, it's difficult in order to get these cards. Like, you really have to play the game. And
yes.
Yeah, I do think there's something interesting about that. I have a feeling, I'm not saying it won't happen, but I think I will probably struggle to get it done in time. But I do want to try.
Yes.
I definitely want to try.
And I would appreciate your companionship in this, that we are both working towards trying to get this done.
Yes.
Because it's just difficult. Like,
I just want those cards.
I just want those cards. They're only available to players in the U.S. And obviously you need to be subscribing to NSO to do this.
And own Donkey Kong Bonanza.
And own Donkey Kong Bonanza. So it does become like a vanishingly small like sliver of the pie here.
Yeah.
People who are eligible for this.
Yeah. You have to own a Switch 2. You have to be subscribed to NSO. You have to own Donkey Kong Bonanza.
You have to have finished Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Or
and,
finish it in that like time frame. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know. Like I wonder what like the build quality of the card is going to be, if it's like what the print quality is going to be on them. I imagine good. But yeah, it's just them saying like, by the way, we're offering a physical thing. I'm like, hold on.
It totally turned my perspective around on the whole thing. I do think that this is a cool initiative with or without the cards. I think the cards make it cooler, but I'm sure we talked about this when it was first announced. I think it's a great way to get people back into like I haven't played so many of these Donkey Kong games on NSO, like really, and so to be able to hop in, that's what I wish. And I'm sure it's vastly more complicated for a game like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but I really wish that it would just launch you right into the mission, just like they're able to do on Nintendo Classics. But hopefully this is successful for them and we continue to see this sort of thing, and maybe that will be something that they're able to do in the future.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons they can't launch you right into it in Nintendo Classics is that like you're there with your version of Donkey Kong, right?
Sure, yeah.
You've leveled him up exactly how you've leveled him up, and you know, like you just there are some of the challenges that are like, you know, I mentioned the final encore. That's something that like you need to do the challenge modes of each of the rehearsals for the different Kong transformations.
Oh geez, I don't even know that I've done that.
Yeah, you might not have.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of game that you have to have played before you're even eligible to do some of the things that the challenges
that
are
totally
about.
makes sense.
But yeah, I agree. I would love it if it was if it could somehow boot those games without like actually booting the NSO like Nintendo NES app, because you're just like, you know, you're looking at your home screen, you're like, when did I play NES? Oh yeah, I played through NSO. Anyway, but yeah, I'm excited about this. I think it's very cool. I am worried that I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks being frustrated by Donkey Kong Bonanza, but here we go. This is a fun experiment.
Marvel Cosmic Invasion is getting a new DLC pack called The Siege of Castle Doom.
Doom, Mark.
Very little is known about the new content, but it will include 2 new playable characters and a new game mode.
So I'm excited about this. I liked Marvel Cosmic Invasion quite a bit whenever they add new characters to it. I think it's going to be fun. Neat that they the Marvel machine seems like all in on Doom right now.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Which like makes sense. It's the only thing they have like coming up right now. But like,
do we need to get our tickets? Should we be buying our tickets?
I mean, maybe.
Yeah,
maybe. Sarah and I had a moment on Saturday where I was like, we could go see a movie tonight. Do you want to go see a movie? And like I looked to like anything that I was interested in. There were like no good seats left. So like I think we're just in a little bit, especially in LA, of a moment of like people are going to the movies and it's just not easy to get a good ticket to the movies you want to go to.
Did you watch I know we're out of 433, but did you see?
Yes.
Did you watch the new trailer for Doomsday or footage or whatever that they released?
Yeah, I did. I did. I think that all of these trailers are like, here are all these characters, and they're probably going to fight each other, right? Like, did you watch this the Doomsday trailer?
I did. I don't feel like. I mean, obviously they're not showing us really anything,
right?
But it didn't feel very different to me from. I don't know that I could have told you the difference between this trailer and the previous one.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I agree with that. It's interesting. Marvel also put out like a list of like 12 movies, like they're sort of like programming to prepare for Doomsday.
Oh, okay.
Movies and TV shows. Loki is on there. I think Loki may be the only TV show. but it's just interesting that like so much of, and check me if you think this is wrong. I think the trailers are positioning Thor as like a lead character of the movie.
Yeah, that's a good point. I agree.
Thor: Love and Thunder is not on the list of 12 movies that they're like, you should watch this before coming into that. And like I know that movie did not get like a good reception when it came out, but like that's how you know what Thor's up to.
Right.
Seems
Seems like it would be
he's
kind of
running
important.
around with this little girl. Why is he running around with this little girl? Because of what happened in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know. I think he might be going out early in the movie. Is
Thor.
Thor, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think we see that scene of like Thor attacking Doom and Doom like stopping him with the thing. I think they're just gonna go bam, Thor done. No more Thor.
Super dead.
And it's we got to show that Doom is scary, and like you can't do that by killing Loki again, right?
Right.
Right. So I think maybe time to kill Thor.
Yeah. Maybe time to kill Thor.
Maybe.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the leaks and rumors around Zelda's 40th anniversary.
Here we go.
So we talked a little bit about this last week when a purported logo,
yes,
or like recreation of a logo that somebody had seen, was like shared online. And so yeah, is Nintendo preparing to celebrate Zelda's 40th? And there were rumors at the time of a Pro Controller in the works and possibly like a Switch 2 Special Edition. And then just a few days ago, the boxes, seemingly like the packaging for both the 40th anniversary Pro Controller and a 40th anniversary Special Edition Switch 2, both leaked online.
Right. So obviously none of this is official. We don't have any word on like when these would be released, what they would cost. But they're the scheme for both of them is like gold and black, right?
Mm-hmm.
With lots of little like Triforce triangles
and like green, like a foresty type.
Yeah,
green
that is true. The Pro Controller has like a little 8-bit link on the back and like an 8-bit sword, so like it does look pretty handsome. I only have the one Pro Controller 2 for the Switch 2. I don't necessarily need another one, but like I don't know if it has Zelda stuff on it. Maybe I do.
That was my first reaction. Was like, well, I don't think I'm gonna spend $500. Like at least $500,
right,
on a new Switch 2 this early. But would I spend $100 on a Zelda 40th anniversary Pro Controller?
Boy, possibly. The thing, okay, I'm not seriously considering it, but the Switch 2 itself, the Zelda one, the Joy-Con have like kind of gold like bands on the grips on them are gold, so presumably like the little plugs on their side are also gold.
This is my number one question about this special edition Switch 2.
So are the rails on the inside, and I know they're not rails anymore, but whatever,
right,
are
like the
those
magnetic connectors?
Yes, are those matching those colors?
This is very important to me because Nintendo has released additional Joy-Con 2 colors, but of course, like there's only one Switch 2 currently, and so no matter what, like the highlight colors on your Joy-Con 2 are, the magnetic connectors on the Switch 2 itself are still that red and blue. But will that change with the Switch 2? Look, will I pay $500 because that's true? Probably not.
But honestly, I would say that is a hypothesis that has not been tested.
I mean, I've done stupider
get out in
things
the
for
field.
less reason.
We got to get out in the field and see what happens.
Let's get a salmon in on this show.
Yes.
To tell us what's what.
To get out a protractor?
But no, I do think that the special edition Switch 2 is handsome.
Yes. I would also say I think this is real.
I do too. And to me, I think I said it last week, I think that Zelda's 40th is a major like segment in the September Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And that's when we get the Zelda casting like official announcement.
Sure.
That's where we probably get like a first look at the movie would be my guess. And then they announce this. They announce,
and we blow out the Ocarina of Time.
And we blow out Ocarina of Time, and it's like bing, bing, boom. That's Zelda's 40th anniversary.
Do you think there's any universe where it also comes with a like, and coming in the future, a tease of the next
Zelda? I don't. I think that they are. I think that they're really going to want people to be focused on the Ocarina of Time remake. Like I think they
Yeah.
they don't want, I don't think they
Yeah,
will want to overshadow that, is my guess.
I mean, I agree that obviously that's like the big thing they have for holiday this year, and it's going to be going up against GTA 6. But like, I sort of feel like new 3D Zelda and Ocarina of Time remake are both their own suns, and nothing else can blot them out of the sky. Right? We will just momentarily live in a sky with two suns.
Yeah. I mean, that would be incredible. I would love even just like a tease, and maybe
Because they love teasing, like, just like, remember like the first image for Skyward Sword, just like Link without a sword.
that one was so. Do you remember that one? I remember so much because it was like E3 2010 or something,
It
and
was during a stage show,
and it wasn't part of their
presentation,
presentation. It was part of like a press thing
yeah. Yes,
afterwards, like a Q&A on just like a stand.
yes.
They had this key art for the next Zelda game. But you're right. And also, do you think that that just teasing a new 3D Zelda alongside Ocarina of Time is enough to get people to buy a Switch 2? Where it's just like,
Honestly, I
just
think
acknowledging it's coming. Because of course there's going to be a new
Yeah.
Zelda game, but like just revealing it, is that enough?
so. I do think that's important. I do think people are getting Switch 2s to play Ocarina of Time.
Oh, I think so too, and I think that's why the special edition, especially,
Yes.
because they know that people are going to buy a second one. But
Yeah.
then also for the holiday, if you're like really excited about the new Zelda, why would you not pick up
Yeah.
the assuming it's the same price, which I kind of am. I'm assuming it's going to be 500 and not
Right. When you
like,
say
extra.
it could be like 520 or something like that.
Oh, maybe,
like
yeah.
the like collector's versions of a handful of these things in the past, like the Zelda Switch Lite that I bought during the year where I was buying everything Nintendo put out, 2024, I think was $10 more expensive than a regular Switch Lite.
Okay, so yeah, maybe it will be a little more expensive.
I think there's just a tiny little premium, but not nothing crazy.
Yeah. I mean, it would be so cool to see what's coming up, but I personally think that it'll probably be Ocarina or
Just
bust.
Ocarina.
But yeah.
Well, so the thing that I will say is that I do think Ocarina blocks out any other like remake news.
Yes, that totally makes sense. Or like re-releases, like I was talking about last week,
Yeah.
of being like, oh, maybe next year they'll release, the Switch version of Wind Waker
Triforce
HD,
Heroes.
or like no,
Yeah,
or like
whatever.
Wind Waker HD,
Yeah.
or Twilight Princess, and have that be like a Switch 2 thing, kind of like the Galaxy
Right.
games. But I
If
think
they
you're
are
right.
going to do that, they'll wait until February.
I think you're right. Yeah, it totally just muddies the water. Anyways, these are kind of cool.
I do wonder if there's room for just like a weirdo like curveball Zelda thing. Like this isn't right, but like a Zelda 99, like NES Zelda 99 style
Right,
game.
yeah.
Or, like some
As part of the 40th.
yeah.
Yeah, that would be really fun if they found a way to do something like that.
Yeah.
That would be really fun.
Which, and like base it on the BS Legend of Zelda like multiplayer experience. Like, I don't know. I do think that there are other things that they could be playing with.
Bring back crossbow training.
Bring back crossbow training, a Tingle trilogy release in the West finally, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I think when I say trilogy, I'm including like Tingle's balloon fight. There aren't that many Tingle games.
Splatoon Raiders players
That's right.
who have finished the main story now have access to a plastic bottle splattershot replica gun in Splatoon 3, which is kind of fun. Not huge, but a little like bonus for playing both games. You just needed to turn on Splatoon 3 on a Switch 2 that has your Splatoon Raiders save file, and you're good to go.
Yeah, and like the thing that's kind of fun about that is that there is this such a like garbage aesthetic to Splatoon Raiders. Just need to get that gun in Splatoon 3.
Yeah. The Pokemon Company has announced the upcoming end to Pokemon Bank, effective February 27th. So wait, I think it's like February 25th.
Oh, is it?
A couple of days before
I
Pokemon
thought it was the
Day.
27th.
Because Pokemon Day is February 27th. So I think it's like 2 days before. They're shutting down, but check me on that because I might be wrong. They're shutting down Pokemon Bank and ending its connection to Pokemon Home. So what this means is that after the day it shuts down, which I believe is the 25th.
No, it's the 26th.
Oh, so literally a day before Pokemon
Yes.
Day then. Okay. So the 26th.
See, this is why we drill this information, is so that you immediately see the 27th. No, wait, that is Pokemon Day.
Yeah, can't wait till Beaumontkin becomes an important part of one of these stories. But yeah, but what this means is that after Pokemon Bank shuts down, there will be so many Pokemon games that you're no longer able to play and then bring your Pokemon forward into Pokemon Home or into newer games, because
Right.
the 3DS games, you won't be able to do it at all because they rely on Pokemon Bank. And once Pokemon Bank is gone, you won't be able to bring any of those into Pokemon Home. Same with, I guess, any of the DS games. Any of the Pokemon games that are on the 3DS Virtual Console, same story. So there is like a kind of like secondary thing to this, which is that Pokemon Home will become compatible with Fire Red and Leaf Green on Switch sometime in October of this year. And there are rumors that additional classic Pokemon games will be added to like the Switch library in the future.
Yes, I saw that rumor as well. But it still means that like the versions of these games that you have on DS and 3DS, that those Pokemon are going to be stranded there after February of next year.
Yeah, totally. And I guess like if you had bought well, I'm way out of my depth in like Pokemon
Sure.
stuff. So but yes, you are exactly right. That so it's kind of too bad. Like I get why it's happening,
Well, yeah, sure.
but yeah, it's kind of too bad.
Yeah. But so yeah, just make your plans if you've got guys in Pokemon Bank or in games compatible with Pokemon Bank. If you want to get them out of there, you've got 6 months to figure it out.
Yeah. Finally, Kingdom Hearts 4 had some news out of D23,
which we did not talk about.
We did not.
We were good little boys and did not talk about it during 433.
So first, there's a trailer showing off Disney-themed world reveals, and it introduced that the world of Pixar's Coco,
which we also just talked about,
is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 4.
Did you watch this trailer?
No, I didn't.
So it starts off just looking like scenes from Coco. And then like the Heartless just like start like appearing and attacking people, and then Sora's there and all that stuff. But the game looks like in terms of the design and execution of these Disney worlds, in particular the Pixar world, looks very good. And it's just kind of cool that they're centering, or at least at D23 we're centering Kingdom Hearts in the same way that they were, Ahsoka season 2 or
yeah, totally.
Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, because they also announced an anime called Kingdom Hearts the series will be coming to Disney Plus and the Disney Channel in the future, which again, I feel like this is more attention that Disney specifically has paid to Kingdom Hearts ever. Like,
yeah, well, and someone in our Discord mentioned this too, that like, oh yeah, Disney realized they have this like big franchise, or like remembered that they have this big franchise. And like to date, the Kingdom Hearts franchise has sold about 39 million copies of games across their various releases. That makes it like I tend to think of Kingdom Hearts as like niche because like I'm not really into it. But like I don't know, I think there's like there's an audience.
Yeah, I think so too. And I wonder if I've never played a Kingdom Hearts game outside of the first one a little bit. And so I think of, like the joke is that the series is impenetrable.
Right.
But I wonder if that's true. I wonder if you could pick up Kingdom Hearts 3 and be fine. Like you wouldn't know like the nuance of everything.
Right.
But
or if you can pick up Kingdom, I mean, maybe this is what they want, is pick up Kingdom Hearts 4 and you're fine, right? Like I mean, I guess we will just see as we get closer to it if that's how they're pitching this thing at all, or if it's like, no, this is the ending of like our, but I actually don't know if this is being pitched as the end of Kingdom Hearts.
I thought 3 was, and so 4 is kind of the beginning of a new thing potentially.
Well, I do know that 4 is like dealing with like death, and like part of what the characters are talking about in this trailer is like Donald and Mickey and Goofy are talking to Hades, and they're like, Sora's not here. And he's, instead of being in that version of hell, he's in Coco's version of hell, which is a lot gentler. But so like I think Sora is dead, or died or something.
Yeah.
So maybe this has a little bit more of like an epilogue feel, or as you say, genuinely the start of something new, or just a continuation of a story that will never end. Which is also possible.
Producer Tetsuya Nomura was asked about that 2027 release date, like how confident are you in it, and stated that the game will hit late 2027. I think like he was saying, I'm not 90% sure, I'm not 95% sure, like
I'm 100% sure.
I'm totally sure that it's gonna release in late 2027 and won't be delayed out of that window.
What a strangely big year for Square Enix next year, with Final Fantasy VII Revelation and this coming out both in the same year. Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
All right, Mark, that's the news. Let's close this out. It doesn't sound louder to you? You're just like...
No, I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I think because I know you can go into like the options in Apple Music and like change the volume on individual tracks. That's what I'm going to have to do here, I think. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society. Remember, join our Discord if you're not already there. Email us. We'll send you an invitation. Anthony DeLuca made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8BitBetty. You can get more of his music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying thank you for listening.